Anyone visiting New York will eventually find themselves standing in these exact spots. But what most people miss is that they're walking right through the original sets of The Godfather. Today, we're checking out 3 iconic locations where Francis Ford Coppola made film history. First, the New York County Courthouse at Foley Square. This massive neoclassical building is a staple of any city tour. But this is where Don Barzini was gunned down and came tumbling down the stairs, one of the most defining moments in the entire film. Standing here, you can practically feel the tension of that legendary baptism sequence, where Coppola masterfully cut between holy vows in the church and this exact cold-blooded hit. Next, we head to Midtown and Radio City Music Hall. It's a huge tourist hotspot, famous for the Rockettes and its legendary stage shows. But in the film, this is where Michael Corleone and Kay walked out through those golden doors, only to find out, right there at the newsstand, that his father had been shot. The venue perfectly highlights the scale of the Corleone family, moving away from the gritty streets and into the center of power. And as a bonus, this is also where they filmed Breakfast at Tiffany's and King Kong. Now, the heart of it all, Old St. Patrick's Cathedral in Little Italy. This is the site of the legendary baptism scene that turned the movie into a masterpiece. Michael swears his loyalty to God inside, while his men take out his rivals outside. If you visit the basilica today, you'll find a piece of living history that's been beautifully restored in recent years. The camera was positioned right here. The windows, the columns, and the chandeliers still look just like they did back then. This is exactly where Coppola captured that iconic sequence. A quick note for all the film buffs out there. Where you'd expect to find the baptismal font, you'll now find a staircase and a side room door. The basilica does have its own beautiful historic font, which now sits in a newly designed area of the church, but the one you see in the movie was just a prop, specifically crafted to give the scene that perfect look. Of course, this is just a small slice of The Godfather's New York, but these are the spots you're likely to pass by anyway. If you're in the area, definitely take a walk through the winding streets of Little Italy. You can still easily spot the backdrop where Joey Zaza was attacked in The Godfather Part 3, making it feel incredibly real for any fan. Or think about the iconic shot of Michael crossing the bridge right before his big meeting with Sollozzo in Louis' restaurant. It's a common mistake to think he's driving across the Broolyn Bridge, as its iconic arches dominate our collective movie memory. In reality, the movie shows him crossing the Queensboro Bridge further uptown. But even if the film used a different route, looking at this breathtaking backdrop makes it easy to see why everyone associates it with classic Hollywood drama. So, which movie locations have you checked off your list, and what are you still hoping to visit? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your favorites. And if you want to see more tours through film history, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.